We are tackling a critical topic for the Texas real estate exam, the specific exceptions to Texas's powerful homestead protection. While Texas law famously protects a primary residence from most creditors, the exam will test you on the select few that can force a sale. These aren't just random rules. They exist for logical reasons tied directly to the property itself. The first and most straightforward exception is a purchase money lien. This is simply the mortgage or deed of trust you use to buy the property. If you don't pay the lender whose money you used to acquire the home, they can foreclose. The exam expects you to know that you can't use the homestead protection to keep a house you haven't actually paid for. The second exception is for property taxes. This lien is created automatically if property taxes go unpaid, and it holds a superior position to almost all other liens. The government must be able to collect taxes to fund its services, so this exception ensures that property owners contribute their share, or risk losing the property through a tax foreclosure sale. An exam question might present a scenario with multiple liens and ask which has priority. The property tax lien will be the answer. The third exception is a mechanics and material man's lien. This protects contractors and suppliers who provide labor or materials to improve the property. However, for this lien to be valid against a homestead, there are very strict rules. The contract must be in writing and signed by both spouses if the owner is married before any work begins or materials are delivered. A common exam trap involves a scenario with only a verbal agreement for a new roof. A subsequent lien filed by the roofer would be invalid against the homestead. The fourth major exception is for home equity loans. Since 1998, Texans have been able to borrow against the equity in their homes. If a homeowner defaults on a valid home equity loan, the lender can foreclose, but typically only after obtaining a court order. The exam might test your knowledge of the specific constitutional requirements that make a home equity loan valid in the first place. So why do these four specific exceptions exist? Because they all relate to debts incurred for the direct benefit or acquisition of the homestead property itself. To remember these for the exam, use the phrase, "Please tell me how." P for purchase money, T for taxes, M for mechanics lien, and H for home equity loan. The exam won't ask you to just list them. It will give you a story, like a homeowner with a massive credit card judgment. Remember that judgment creditor cannot force the sale of a Texas homestead, because consumer debt is not one of the constitutional exceptions. Focus on the type of debt, not the amount. For free practice questions, AI-powered explanations, and more exam prep tools, visit openexamprep.com. That's openexamprep, all one word, .com.